Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome back to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe. Joe here today again, and I am continuing with my Spring Easter 2022 decor series. I'm here in the family room. Well, I'm right over there in the family room, and I'm working on a Woodlands inspired decor. Now, I know that this is not everybody's cup of tea. I know that, you know, I'm getting the idea that some people think it's kind of odd the way that I decorate. And a lot of you do comment that it reminds you of store windows from days gone by. And I guess that's what the inspiration is. You know, I want to look at something and be transported into that area. So this Woodlands decor, and actually I think everything I do for holidays kind of have the idea of transporting us to another place. Maybe to your childhood, maybe to some time in your life when you might have seen that or experienced that or something like that. But I think that's what makes it so special. I mean, I could go around and, you know, just stick a bunny here and an egg there, and that's great too if that's what you want to do, but that's not what I do. I think I try to create a whole idea and like a story that you could sit down and actually think of a story that goes with it. So the first vignette I did, I think I posted that a couple of days ago. Today I'm working on the section below that. Now, you know, I have to be careful because I don't want to create visual clutter, but because it's all the same color and it's all the same idea, I think it will blend together. Now, I already completed the piece that I'm talking to you about right now, and it was a bear. It was really tough to do because every time I turned around, I felt like I needed another piece in there. And I tried to keep it calm and not overwhelming. But a lot of it I had to create myself. Like I had to create logs myself. I had to create the stuff. You know, I built the birdhouse. I built the bird's nest and stuff like that. You know, you can't always find what you want in a store, so the easiest thing to do is to make it. And for me, that seems to be something that I generally tend to do. I will, you know, I actually think of making it first because finding what I need is going to be relatively rare, you know, especially the colors. And even when I do find something, I wind up painting it anyway. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy this video today. And it was a lot of work again, you know, and I'm not complaining about it, but it just doesn't happen by magic. And I think a lot of people, people in my own family, I think they just think it's magic, that it happens and that it doesn't take a lot of thought and a lot of time and a lot of planning. So I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, please subscribe if you just stumbled on me, and give me a thumbs up, and a comment is always appreciated, and I'll be talking through the whole video. So let's see what you think. All right, so I'm going to continue with the Woodlands theme in this area. You see above, I have that piece done, and now I'm going to work inside this large area right here. And I guess I'm going to start first by putting in my birdhouse. My first step was to put down some green carpeting in there for grass. I didn't do it above, remember, if you saw that video, because it's way up there, so it's hard to see. I did put those marbles in there just to add a little bit of glistening and a little bit like of watery, some kind of magic. But down here, because it's, you know, visible, I used the green carpeting. Wow, I use that in so many different places. That is really a good investment to make because you can use it in spring, summer, and the fall in your vignettes. All right, next in is my birdhouse that I built. And for those of you that didn't see the video on this, what I did was I just simply used some scrap wood that I had, and I made this shingle roof out of pieces of cardboard that I cut, and then I just painted them out so that it had, you know, this kind of aged look. And I stenciled on these flowers on the front and as well on the sides. I mean, you really can't see it, but they are there. And then down in here, I drilled a hole, and then I put in these flowers, and then these hanging wisteria flowers and some moss. And just now, I put some ivy around the bottom. So there is the first piece in my birdhouse for my woodland scene. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm all about reusing things I have. I try to wait for the last second to, if I have to go out and buy something to finish what I'm, my look that I'm going for. But anyway, and I also like to use things in new and different ways. These are actually ceramic logs that go in a gas fireplace, and I had them sitting up in the attic, and I use them from time to time, but I decided, hey, I can use these as some trees. So what I'm going to do is what I did, you can see in the back, it's lit back there because I put a little spotlight back there, and now I'm going to just fill in this with some moss to make it look like the moss is growing, on the side of the tree. All right, you go, Joe. Look what I did. All right, so there you go. I filled in that crack with the moss, and then I had these two little pieces, so I kind of made it look like, how the roots, are above the ground. I put one there and one here. And then what do you see on the forest floor all the time? Of course, ferns. So I put a little fern there and a little fern right in there, and my woodland scene is beginning to come to life. All right, I added a few more greenery up here, and then down here I added this bird's nest that I made out of some twigs and some moss. Next thing in are the two birds sitting in the nest. All right, so I realized I needed a riser for my rabbit to sit on, so I took another PVC pipe and I am putting spackle on it. I'm going to create a little tree trunk here for the rabbit to sit on. I'm taking a fork and I'm running it through the sides of the spackle to make it look like a tree trunk. Okay, so here it is. And I think this one came out even better than the original ones I did. I think I got the technique down better. I used the fork, like I showed you, to make these lines in the tree. And I went the brown on it. I went straight for the gray, and I just used a little bit of the brown on the top to make the top. So here I have my riser that I'm going to use for my woodland scene. And let me put that in there now. So there it is, right there, very unassuming, and look how good it matches the ceramic logs that I put there. All right, so this vignette has been, I don't know, I've been doing so much stuff on it. On the side of the birdhouse, I needed something again. I needed another log. So this time what I did was I took two of those wooden logs and I glued them together, and then I put the spackle on the outside, and then I painted it gray just like this, the little one like this, so that it'll blend in. So I don't know, every time I step back it's like, oh, it needs a little bit more, it needs a little bit more. So I hope I'm not overdoing it, but I'm sure you'll let me know. All right, so here is the completion of my second spring Easter vignette in the wall unit. And let's take a look at it. So as we said before, in the back are those ceramic logs. I put some moss on there and some wisteria and some leaves as well up on the top. And I put a spotlight in the back just to give it a little bit of a glow. Then down here on the bottom, I put some ferns and some other flowers, same color scheme. I used some river rock, and here is a cute rabbit here, and he's peeking in on the two birds. Notice the colors, the pink and the green, same thing on in their nest right here, which is right next to the birdhouse that I made. In the back, I put a wreath of forsythia, and it kind of echoes the sun because of the shape. And of course, forsythia is in the spring. And then down on this end over here is that other log that I showed you that I made right there, the tree. I put some moss in it and some flowers and a little butterfly there, and just to give it a magical look. So here it is. Okay, everybody, so there is my second Woodlands vignette, and I have the two sides left to do, and I'm working on that right now. That's another project that I'll share with you really soon. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate your comments and what you think, and a thumbs up will really help me get my videos out to other people. So please do that if you could for me. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope everybody is doing okay, and I will be seeing you really soon. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.